Okay, I'm gonna walk you through a $4,200 job we just finished, breaking down the 3 phases that allow us to land jobs like this, upsell them, get them done efficiently, and build those relationships with our customers, turning them into lifetime clients with huge lifetime values. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Mike Fadan. I've owned All American Pressure Cleaning for 22 years. I've also bought, built, and sold numerous other service businesses. I'm also the co-founder of QuoteIQ, the fastest growing CRM in the home service industry. And I make videos like this to help businesses like yours get better from sharing everything my business does from the second we receive the quote through the entire process until we get paid. So let's get into it. So like most of our customers, these folks, they found us on Google, they gave us a call, and they were originally looking for just a roof wash. So I plugged in all of our information, I pulled up the property, and I measured the roof. So obviously the roof measurement also gives us the footprint of the house, which also allows us to quote the house. And as I do with almost every single estimate that we send, we provide the customer with an options estimate, which is the digital way of upselling. So I provided a price on the roof, the house, and the driveway, sent it over to her via both email and text. And I like the redundancy of sending it both ways because this gives the customer the opportunity to communicate how they want to communicate with us. Some people like to talk on the phone. Some prefer email. Most prefer text, which is what I like. Regardless, she got the estimate, and then I get the notification that she viewed the estimate. And then a couple minutes later, we got the approval to move forward. Now, this is a really streamlined quoting process. And once I get the confirmation, if they're not using InstaQuote, I'm going to send them a link so they are able to schedule their own appointment for a time that works best for them. She went ahead, she did that, she got on the schedule, and I assigned 2 technicians to this job, Mac and Chris, because it was such a big job and we wanted to knock it out as quickly as possible. Okay, so obviously the first thing that we do at any job is a pre-inspection walkthrough. This does a couple things. It allows us to walk the property, go down our checklist, and make sure that there is nothing that we could be held liable for. No pre-existing issues, documenting absolutely everything that is out of the ordinary with pictures and notes if needed. This also allows us to get a pretty good understanding of what we can expect during the cleaning process, allowing us to get a good game plan so we can work as efficiently as possible, right? And if the customer isn't home, you can use it as not only a great form of communication to showcase your professionalism, but also point out any of the things that you saw that you could possibly upsell. And again, we're always looking for the chance to increase the average ticket price with every single customer. Now, most of the time, you only see one of my guys per job, but when we get into commercial work or we get into bigger residential jobs like this, I will allocate 2 guys to the job to get it done as quickly as possible, especially when we have got a shit ton of concrete like we do here. 2 surface cleaners going are way better than just one, and it can really speed up how fast things are going. And if you're going to do this, you want to make sure that you've got multiple water outlets, water supply, and that you've got enough water coming out, because if you've got a house that doesn't have good water pressure, it's going to slow things down, because these 8-gallon per minute machines, especially when you got 2 of them running, can really drain the tanks very fast, and you don't want to be sitting around waiting for those tanks to fill up. But as you can see, they did a pre-treatment first, then they got to the detail work with the wands. They also had a couple of other spots that were really bad, so they hit it with a stronger solution to help break down some of the organics, some of the tannins that were there. There was also a couple oil stains, and that required a degreaser, a little dwell time, and a little bit of extra attention. This is when the homeowner came out. She was walking her dog, and the dog came over to say hey to us, but she had explained that the driveway was something that was really annoying her. Every single time she drove up, she was sick and tired of looking at how nasty it was, and she couldn't believe the stains just, going away right in front of her eyes. So the driveway took the longest amount of time on this job of any of the things that we were doing, even with 2 guys with 2 surface cleaners, combined 16 gallons per minute of water, but we made it happen. They got it done. But I did kind of get ahead of myself here, because anytime we have multiple services at the same property, we like to work from the top down. And in this case, they started with the roof, knocked that out first, and as you can see, this house was unbelievably tall. Not only was it a 3-story house, but then the roof was massive, so we had to get a little bit creative. Mac pulled out the A-frame so he could knock out the very top. Anyway, you do what you do to get the job done, and we got it done pretty quickly. In fact, so fast that our drone pilot, he didn't make it there until about half the roof was done. So after they got the roof knocked out, they made sure everything down below was thoroughly watered, rinsed, so nothing could be damaged or impacted by our roof cleaning solution. They got started on the house. And again, having 2 guys working together makes that process a lot faster. But again, having the right equipment to get the job done really does expedite the process. It makes you more efficient and it makes you more profitable, because you're able to get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. So, of course, after we did the roof, after we did the house, they got started on the driveway, which you've already seen. I spoiled it, but I'm not going to edit this, so you're just going to have to roll with me here. But one of the things that we always do before we wrap up, before we put anything away, is knock on the door and we ask the customer to do a final walkthrough with us. This obviously is great customer service. It shows them that we care and that we really want their input. We want to make sure that everything meets their expectations before we leave, because the last thing that we want is for them to come out, see something wrong, not be happy and have to call us back, or even worse, not call us back and call somebody else the next time because they think we did a substandard job. And this post-inspection walkthrough really does a great job in eliminating that, right? And we're also able to use this time to further the relationship, cement in the fact that we are the solution for all their exterior cleaning problems. And this is also one of the key areas that helps us get more reviews, and it lets my guys get more tips. So once the inspection is through, everything is wrapped up. We double check all of our equipment to make sure we didn't leave anything behind, like ladders, surface cleaners, wands, because we don't want to waste time coming back. And trust me, the only reason I mention this is because that has happened a couple times and no one likes to waste time like that. So before they leave, the last thing that they do is they close out the job, which sends an invoice to the customer, which allows them to pay online. And one of the cool things that we have been able to do to capture a ton of reviews is the free review multiplier in QuoteIQ. And what this does is once the invoice is paid, it automatically takes them to our Google review page to prompt the customer for a review. The other thing that I failed to mention is we also have the option to leave a tip on our invoices. And I know not everybody is down with that. And again, this is optional. You can turn it off if you want, but we leave it on because I want my guys to have the opportunity to be compensated extra for the extra work that they put in. And in this particular scenario, Max sent the invoice, customer received it, customer left a $50 tip, which he and Chris split, and they left us a 5-star review. So those were the 3 phases that we go through with every single job. What happens before, during, and after that allows us to work efficiently, profitably, and ensure those customers are going to be with us for the long haul. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, so we just covered the 3 phases of landing, completing, and finalizing a really nice job. And if you're interested in running your business more efficiently and professionally, you can try everything that you just saw in this video for just $1 for your first month at myquoteiq.com. And if you want to learn the best techniques for residential pressure washing and soft washing, including the right chemicals, how to mix them, the processes, and the steps to do everything right the first time, safely and profitably, check out our How to Wash training program, link below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you guys next time.